Hey guys, before we start the video, I just want to let you know it's kind of a different video today. I'm going to Megacon, so I was going to do just kind of a little video blog and video the Stanley panel. So if you guys, this convention's 4 days long, this is the first day of it, so if you guys like this kind of video, let me know. I'll take more video, the next day, and maybe post them daily for the 4 days. But if you guys don't really particularly like this kind of video, just let me know, and I will skip these. So enjoy the rest of this video, y'all. Welcome back, guys. Day one of Megacon, and I am heading to meet some people for the Stanley panel. So I will see you there. This right here. This right here. Yes. Yes. Yeah, sex mask. Nice. Finally made it.
Stanley is officially spoken. Determined to just get things done. Specifically, you have like a due date and you just don't want to do it, and you just don't, you're like depressed, or you just don't have the feeling to do it. What keeps you going?
Everybody asks these long questions. The only word I could make out was specifically. I heard he used the word specifically. I understood that. What was the question? What keeps me going where? Egypt. I don't know, this is fun. There is nothing more fun than being with fans, especially if they're your fans. I mean, if you were DC fans, it wouldn't be as much fun. I wake up in the morning and I say, is there a fan somewhere that I've missed? And I go hunting for him or her.
Honestly, that's funny because he says that there might be 100 people in the room and one guy will say, hey, who's a true believer? And everybody will raise their hand and say, that guy did the biggest stand up.
Hey, that brings another thing to mind that's very important. He used the expression true believer. Now, I will admit, I have used that once or twice. Nobody has ever asked me, what is it we believe?
And you?
I mean, we're true believers, but what is it we believe? We never discuss. I want to have a panel someday to discuss what true believers believe. Is that all right? Do we do it? So we're coming back. Time to prepare,
So we're coming back.
We always come back. to make it worth their while, why don't you leave and let me get a beautiful girl up here? All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Lee. As a recent graduate of law school, I'm curious if you could have one of your superheroes give my class's commencement speech, who would it be and what would they say?
You're graduating from law school?
I just graduated and we did not have a speaker.
I
tried to talk about ethics in law school.
Oh, Tony Stark. And glamorous, even if you didn't understand what he was saying, you'd still fall in love with him. See, I wouldn't be available, so you got Tony.
Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Mara. What would you suggest that fans do who have been inspired by you to honor and preserve your legacy?
I heard what would I suggest, and then the rest failed. You know, believe it or not, that's something I never think about. While I'm here, I'm enjoying it. When I'm not here, it's going to not matter to me. I'll be honest with you, when I'm not here, I'm not going to be saying, gee, I hope they're observing my legs. That's up to you. Do what you want. I set you free.
Looking back at your legacy, I mean, I ask you questions all the time. What's a key moment in your legacy that from everything, from the day you realize, hey, I got a hit, to right now? I mean, would you be able to think of one moment?
I got a million key moments. I'd sit in here all night.
No, just one seriously. What would you think? What would be that moment?
When my wife said, it's about time you succeeded in something.
Okay, it's funny sometimes because he looks at it and I sit with him and we talk. And he just...
Now, he doesn't talk. Oh, I can't get a word
No,
in.
he doesn't, honestly, guys. I've been with him for almost 13 years in July. And sometimes, I mean, I hear the Spider-Man stories this way, that way, and then there's things that he puts in there that I didn't know. Like, I didn't know a few years ago that Jack Kirby actually made the original cover of first Amazing Fantasy. The original what? Cover of Amazing Fantasy 15. And Stan said, no, it's good, but that's not what I'm looking for. And I'm just like, that's Jack Kirby. So that's how Steve Ditko came involved, because he made him into the young teenager kid that he wanted.
That is not to be taken as a criticism of Jack Kirby, who was the best. I wanted Peter Parker to be just an ordinary kid. And Jack, who loves to draw superheroes, when he drew him, he made him look like a heroic kid. I mean, made him strong and determined looking. And I wanted a guy who was just a schlep like I used to be. So Steve Ditko was good at drawing schleps. We never knew this was going to be so important. So I said, forget it, Jack, well, let Steve do it. And that was it. Was that what you were talking about? Did I explain it beautifully? I have that ability. I explain things so beautifully. I fascinate myself while I'm talking. All right, go ahead.
Let's go to the next person.
How do you know who to point to? How's that? I would say, just give you a sense of power. There are all those hands, and you decide who you're going to point to. Wow, that's something. All right, anyway, what did you point to? Right there.
Hi, Mr. Lee. My name is Bryce. I have a couple of short questions.
A couple of short. He said they were short. He said they were short. Maybe a couple of short questions is better than one long one. Let's judge.
Let's judge.
hell was up with the Princess Diaries 2 cameo, and what's it like meeting Julie Andrews?
Ooh, I couldn't make that up. Couldn't make that up. Remember that. Years ago, they had a movie with Julie Andrews. They wanted to be sure it would be a hit. So they said, Stan, will you do a cameo? What was the question? Money. Glory. And besides, where does a guy like me come off saying, oh yeah, Julie Andrews, my co-star?
Let's go to the next question.
And he had 2 questions. See, I remember things. He had 2 short questions. The first one was a total bomb. Let's see what he does with the second. How do you know? You mean you got mad at me? I antagonized a fan. Bring him back. I don't want to lose a fan. What was the second question?
That was like a 2-parter question.
Well, she was very romantic. But I told her I was married. No, she's a very nice lady. There's not much I can say. She was polite. She treated me like I belonged on the set. And she was a lovely lady, that's all. I did not make a play for her because I don't do that. There's nothing else I can say. Those really were 2 lousy questions.
Thank you so much.
Work it out.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lee.
Go right over here.
I'm only kidding. They were good questions. I'm not going to answer them.
All right, I promise to make it quick. How is it like working with Kevin Smith? I'm a big fan of him.
Oh, Kevin Smith.
So that
I heard him or her say, how is it working with Kevin Smith? Because he or she said it very clearly and succinctly, and I like Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith, he likes Kevin Smith because he's going to give him a bigger role in Lawrence 2.
The funny thing about Lawrence 1, I don't know if you've seen it. There's one scene where I'm giving advice to the young hero who's unhappy because of something that went wrong with his love life, I don't know. And I'm saying, I too once had a girl that I lost, and I've never forgotten her. And I go into this whole speech. And it was quite dramatic, and it made it to the screen, and I'm surprised I didn't win an Oscar. But when I got home, my wife said, what's this about that girl? And I got into a lot of trouble because of that. So I'm very careful now with the starring roles that are offered to me. I make sure there's nothing that will offend my wife or make her think, yeah, maybe I better keep my eye on this guy, I don't know. And that didn't come across as funny as I thought it would. I want to strike that story and we'll go on to the next one. Go ahead. You have to level. That's why they love me, because I level with them. Right? I tell you, if I say something dumb, I say it was dumb.
I'm telling you guys, he's in a rare performance right now.
No, I'm always this cute.
No.
You're not before you can say anything.
We're coming up this way to the back. Max, I don't know how I'm going to make it. And I said, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And then we get to that door. I go, Max, I don't know how I'm going to make it from there to here. You'll be fine.
This guy had me spending an hour in an autograph session, then another hour taking photographs, and I was ready to drop. And I said, get me to bed, come on. He said, no, we got to go to a panel. And I almost killed him. But it's nice for you. You're really a nice little panel. Let's go there.
Hello, Mr. Lee. My name is Alex, and I'm a hardcore gamer. And I would like to know, as being the face of Marvel, what would be your personal top 10 Marvel characters you want to have appear in the upcoming Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite?
I couldn't make that. What was that? Why? Well, tell me what it was. Tell me what it was. All right, I won't answer it, but tell me what it was. No, I want to know now. I won't let you be at the podium with me anymore. I'm sorry, he tells me I'm not allowed to tell. However, if you meet me later.
I read an article, oh no, Max and Stan have this bit to talk about secrets about the movies. I swear to you.
It's Marvel calling to make sure this Stan's
I'll tell you a little story. And if I can hear,
He's never told a little story. I promise you, whatever it'll go on and on until they start leaving.
I'm on here for a reason. When Spider-Man, the first one came out, or the second one, I think it was when the lizard was in it. In the back, looking at the video feed, and then somebody asked me, hey, can you tell me about the next Spider-Man cameo? Oh, shit. Started running this thing, oh yeah! Me, I'm doing this as the book library guy, and right behind me, Spider-Man's fighting the lizard. And I'm like, oh my God, why did you do that?
No, I was right, it was the lizard.
He wasn't supposed to say it. And I'm like, please, Stan, don't say anything.
Nobody tells me what I'm supposed to do.
And that's what basically happened. The next thing you know, I get a phone call. Actually, I keep him quiet. I'm telling him to be quiet. So, it's not a big, guys. I swear, this guy, all the time, he's fans. Stan, tell me about Infinity Wars or Daredevil. I go, I can't say about this.
They refer to me as an out-of-control lunatic.
So anyway, let's go to the...
Meet with them.
And it looks awesome. It's a nice...
They always look awesome.
Yeah, you guys see that? I don't know if you can zoom in on that.
Can we see?
I'm just seeing it in here. You can't see it over there. But it's on Facebook. You guys can find it there. But it was cool. It was awesome to see it. He acts like a little kid in the park.
I'm bringing news and information and intelligence to this audience, and you're holding a stupid
I'm telling you, sometimes some people tell me, you got the greatest job. Yeah, I do. But honestly, I have more fun seeing him.
So yeah, I'm a lot of fun.
We went in there, honestly, it was like, oh my God, look what they did. They did this, they changed that. Look, they got a comic book store in here. And they got this, and I go, Stan, do you want to go there? No, I don't want to go in there. What do I need to look at comic books? I want to be out here with my fans. And it's just, honestly, guys, if you guys, you see him, you have your fun. Honestly, a million times over, I see him, it's just like the first time I'm seeing him as a fan. I sit there and I'm just like listening to him, just blah, 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 talking away. Actually, not paying attention. Oh, yeah, I'm recording it. And honestly, he'll tell you for the...
I'm not going to rescue you. You keep talking.
No, seriously.
Interrupt until you run down
people
and
ask
they've all left the studio.
People ask me all the time, you know, what's going to happen with this? How are we going to get enough of Stan? For the last 3 years, I don't know where he went to, but my buddy's been recording everything he does. From the morning until the night. Everything he does, not everything. But everything, and it's like we just, and I tell Stan, this is the stuff people want to see, what you actually do when you go home, when you're upset, or when you're actually powering
When I
through.
go home, I have a very colorful, exciting life.
Yeah.
I come into the house, I say, hiya, Joni.
Yeah.
He says, hiya, Stan. Well, that serves as our conversation.
There's the other part. You come home. You say, hello, Joni. Before you give her a kiss, what does she tell you? All the time.
How's Max?
Yeah. Then she says, take out the trash. But no, it's so funny, honestly, guys. It'll be coming out. I'll have it on some kind of YouTube channel, but honestly, for the last 3 years, 4.5 years maybe, we've been recording everything. And one funny moment, he'll tell you, when we went to go see one of the Iron Man movies, we're in a part of the theater, and it's him and his daughter, me, and another guy. And all of a sudden, coming down the corridor, I see Robert Downey Jr. coming in. I'm like, oh shit, here it comes. He comes in and his security detail's right there, and they go like that, and they go like that, and they go like this, and I go like this. And I'm like, okay, so the first thing the guy said, everybody put away their cameras. I'm like, no one's gonna tell me to put away the camera. Robert comes in, and I mean, honest to God, I got it on film too to prove it. The guy comes in, Stan's sitting right there, he just literally.
How would you know why he's so surprised? Everybody does.
But it was so awesome to see that. Because he was genuinely just humbled. He just, Stan, you changed, I think it was Iron Man 2. You changed my life forever. And it was just, once you see it, you'll know what I mean, because it's a strong bond that they did right there. And the same thing with Chris Evan introduced you to his parents. And his parents come, you did this for my son, I can't believe it. And it was good.
Look what I did for Donald Trump.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? It's another thing. And it's not that no, listen. We're coming in from a show. We're landing in Van Nuys, and the pilot said we might be delayed because of some reason. I'm like, okay, whatever. The next thing you know, the guy said, oh, we got full clearance. We go in. We land, and I'm like, what's the big deal? And we see all these black cars all over the place, people just hanging out, like, oh shit, what's really going on here? It was Hillary Clinton. She's right there, and all of a sudden, I asked the pilot, why didn't they just make us wait and let her take off? And the pilot says, no, because what's it called? The tower, the guy in the tower. He says, no, I'm not a fan of hers, I'm a fan of Stan's. Anyway, those are little things I get excited for, guys, because I'm telling you, being around this guy, my best friend, is funny as hell. Tells me, no, anyway, I'm going. Let's go.
We don't even like each other.
Oh. Let's go to the next.
Stanley, it's an honor to ask you this question, but if you were to have your very own chain restaurant, I mean Marvel something, no, actress, what would be meal number one, your favorite?
I know what it is.
I like prosciutto and melon, actually. That's not a funny answer, so let me think of something. I'm not a big eater. I don't think, in fact, I forgot to have lunch today. I was mentioning to you. I'll probably starve to death in front of your eyes. Sitting on the plane, and I took a nap. And they must have served lunch while I was taking my nap. And the guy sitting next to me never told me, not me. Well, you know who was next to me, and he never talked to him again. I'm starving to death. Anyway, what are you talking about now? No, but you gotta find out what they want to talk about. Ask them, what do you got to talk about?
Hi. Oh, in Big Hero 6, at the end, you have that lovely philosophy about the underwear. Do you follow that philosophy?
Did he mention my underwear? I don't give that much thought to my underwear. It's there, I put it on, and I go about my business.
But it's the 4-day rule.
I don't even know why that writer put all that stuff into that underwear. They could have talked about so many glamorous things about me, but I think they're jealous of me. He wanted to make it sound like I just lead a dull life, and all I do is think of how to turn my underwear inside out. I'm gonna find out who wrote that and have a little talk with him.
I was gonna ask about your underwear too. I guess I'll have to think of something else. Thinking back to your early days at Marvel, can you tell us about any unused characters that just didn't make the final cut? Anything that was too weird or too just not good enough?
I heard your final day, your first days at Marvel, but I couldn't tell the rest.
Back in the day when you were at Marvel.
Yeah.
You guys were kind of characters.
Yeah.
There's some characters that you did create that you never used on that.
No, everybody I created I used because I'm not going to let anything go to waste. It's kind of frustrating now because I used to come home from work and I'd run in, after I said hello to my wife, I'd run into my room, get to the computer, and start writing and try to come up with new ideas for characters or stories. I don't do that anymore, and I kind of miss it, I think. But now other people, did you see, what's that newest one we have, Deadpool? I think that is so good, and it kills me that I didn't create it. And there's one line in it, where, I forget the exact words, but there's a whole bunch of guys with guns pointed at him, and he says, I've got 12 bullets, shells, whatever. I've only got 12 shells. You guys will have to share. To me, that's one of the cleverest lines I have ever heard, ever read. And I wish I had created. I have so many frustrations. I didn't create Wolverine. I didn't create the one I just told you about. I forgot the name already. And there's probably another one somewhere I didn't create. And I don't like the idea that there are things I didn't create. But there's nothing I can do about it.
Thanks. I also wanted to say you were great in Trial of the Incredible Hulk in 1989.
What cameo was that? What was I doing?
It's where Hulk lifts up the stand.
Yeah, that was good. I was magnificent. I remember. People have written essays. Learn it. Right over here. Does that mean you finished with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. So I am a young digital artist, and I'm an aspiring.
Oh, then she's a what? Okay, go ahead.
And I'm also an aspiring comic maker, and I couldn't think of anyone else to inspire me more to create something I'm passionate about than you. I looked on Google, I couldn't just find anything more inspiring than you, Mr. Lee. So, what advice can you give me to make amazing comics such as yours?
That is the toughest question that anybody could ever ask me. People ask for advice in writing, and I really don't know how to give that. the only a tip, if you call it a tip, I have never written for other people. In other words, I never write a story and say, gee, I think that people from 25 to 40 would love this story, or teenagers would love this story, or minority people would love this story. I always write a story that I think I would want to read, because I can't get into other people's mind. I don't know what other people like, but I know what I like, and I hope that a lot of people have the same taste as I do. So very often writers will say to me, gee, I just wrote a novel, I think it's going to do well. It's for people between 25 and 40 or so. So I figure to myself, suppose the guy is 24, will he like it? And the point I'm making is, as a writer, I think the writer knows what he or she likes. So if you write something that you would like, the chances are you're not that unique. There must be thousands of people who have the same taste. But I know writers who try to write for people of different age groups than theirs. And I don't know why they bother. Just write for yourself. Write a story you would enjoy reading. And there have to be a lot of people who have the same taste as you. So by the way, was I asked for tips on writing, or am I on the wrong subject? What advice? I would just write stories that I thought were good, that I would like to read. Luckily, the stuff I wrote, there are people, apparently, who have the same taste that I do. I congratulate them. That was such a good answer I gave. I hope you were writing it down.
Hey guys, we're going to run out of time, so we're going to take as many questions as we can, next 5 minutes, okay? So go ahead, make it quick, Mike.
It's an honor. You brought Peter Parker and Spider-Man into the world for us. If you had to write the final chapter of Spider-Man or Peter Parker's life, how do you envision it ending?
I wouldn't want to write the final chapter, but if I had to, I would either have Peter Parker dying heroically, or I'd have him decide that his days as a crime fighter are over and he'll just be a normal guy leading a normal life with Gwen or MJ. I never know who he's married to. Which one is he married to now? He's not married any. I thought I had married him somewhere. All right. Anyway, I probably didn't answer him too well, but it was a good answer. Okay. Hey, please accept my good answer.
What do you believe to be the most satisfying and accomplishing part of seeing your artistry expand and inspire people in the world the way the artist has? Like in general, in comics and everything that he does.
I like everything. I like the fact that the characters have become part of our country's culture. I mean, everybody knows the Hulk when you get angry. Everybody knows Spider-Man. And I think that's wonderful. Everybody knows Iron Man. What was the question?
Okay, 2 more questions, guys. We gotta go.
Hi Stan, could you please share with us another one of your favorite stories about working with Jack Kirby?
thing that amazed me about the way Jack drew, he drew as though the drawings were already on the page and he was tracing them. What I mean is, most artists, when they draw a panel, they draw something and then they may change it a little bit. They'll rub it out and put the line elsewhere, or they'll smudge it a little, or they'll erase it and do it over, or they play with it for a few seconds. They don't just put the line down and go to the next panel. Jack drew these things as though he had drawn them before, and they were there in some kind of invisible ink that only he could see. And when he drew a line, he was tracing what was already there, because he never went back and did it over. He would look at a blank panel, start drawing, put the drawing in, and go to the next panel. No artist did that. Every artist would look at it and then make a change, play something up, subdue something. Not Jack. It was all in his mind, and he did it so easily, it seemed. It just flowed from him. I've never seen an artist draw figures or scenes the way Jack did. And that's when I decided to give him the nickname King, Jack King Kirby. Because to me, he really was the king of the artists who drew these comics. And that wasn't funny. Why didn't I make it funny? Putting a big responsibility on the guy's head.
I don't want to thank you for saving the best for last with She-Hulk, but I want to ask you, if there's one creative decision that you made writing with Marvel back in the 60s and 70s, one creative decision that you wish you could change, what would it be?
I can't think of anything. I thought I was brilliant. No, I mean, seriously, I love the villains that we created. I love the heroes. I love the way the stories went. I'll tell you one thing about Dr. Doom very fast. And it doesn't really answer your question, but I just thought of it. He's considered one of the biggest villains, Dr. Doom. And I don't figure he's even a criminal, because if you think about it, all he wants to do is rule the world. Now you could go up to a cop in the street and you could say, "Officer, I want to rule the world." He can't arrest you, it's not a crime. Anybody could want to rule the world. So I don't know why people think he's that bad. I'm leaving you with a very dumb thing to make you feel smarter in yourself.
So you're saying, what they're saying out there, that this is your last Orlando appearance?
Hell no.
You capture the imaginations of so many of us out here when we've been kids, when we've been adults. I've heard you tell these wonderful stories about capturing your imagination as a kid. You loved reading books. You loved movies like The Scarlet Pimpernel, like The Adventures of Robin Hood. What was it that grabbed your imagination and made you want to live a creative life?
It was really reading all the books I read, and then going to the movies. I loved reading. I still love going. It's hard for me to do it. I don't see as well now. But going to the movies was great. Reading books was great, because it took you out of your own world and it brought you into more exciting, glamorous worlds. And I wanted to be part of those exciting, glamorous worlds. What do you not should be part of? Phone is ringing. This may be my wife.
It's the wife.
Yeah, you talk to them for me. I can't work that day. Hi. want to be like them. Well, I would look down at my skinny body, and I said, I'm never going to be Robin Hood. But I could always dream about him. And then I even wrote little Robin Hood stories for myself. I made up stories featuring Robin Hood. And I used to write little stories about everybody. And I realized I liked making up stories because of the books that I read. And I would have liked to have been an actor. I think I would have, if I was a little bit, a real actor.
You put everybody out of business, that's why they give you that cameo.
That's right, I'm in more Marvel movies than anybody. Did we tell them my new idea that I want to do cameos in the comics? And then I want to do cameos in other people's things. All right, that's enough. We've been here long enough. You're probably all getting itchy and thinking that they can see the stuff.
I guarantee you.
Yes.
I guarantee everybody would be here late at night, sitting here, listening to you all night.
No, they won't, because I'm not going to be here. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, everyone. Let's make it a great weekend. Is everybody ready to have an amazing night at Gauntlets?
Alrighty, just got back from Megacon, first day. Let's take a look at the hall. Alright, so starting out, first things first, probably the best buy of the day is... it's a canvas print, or canvas print of the Amazing Spider-Man and it's framed as well, and it was only $20. Because the guy that owns the comic book store is getting new inventory in, and he needed to get rid of it. So that is the first piece. The second piece is a Doctor Strange canvas as well. It's pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, my girlfriend really likes Doctor Strange, so she may end up getting this signed by Stan Lee if she's gonna come one day this convention. You can see the last time we were there, she got her first edition of the Final Fantasy, sorry, not Final Fantasy, the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, signed by him. That's his signature right there. So maybe get this one signed as well. Let's see what else we got. This came with the stuff, like, cause I bought the premium package or whatever. So I got, it looks like a lunchbox. Yeah, it's like a intense steel, not steel, but a metal lunchbox. Is that the 40th anniversary? Yeah, it is. Alright, cool. Cool. What else we got in here? Oh, that's pretty tight. Some Megacon glass. Tune tumbler, whatever. But that's pretty awesome. That's actually really cool. I like that. That will go up with all my other Batman stuff. What else do we have here? We got another, like, water bottle-y thing. This one's like a metal one, though. And it's just got, this is their logo this year. It's the Megacon mech. Who else do we have? What else do we have in here? Anything else? We get a Venom poster. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I'll put it up or anything. Could do a giveaway for that, actually. Yeah, I'll do a giveaway for this. So if any Patreon wants this piece of art, the first person to ask me for it can have it. I'll have to obviously get your details and stuff, but what else do we have? This is just there was a tumbler store, and my girlfriend really likes sharks, so got her Salt Life sea tumbler. That's pretty cool. Whatever. That's probably coming to the end of this stuff, I think. Yeah, and then we just got the exclusive Venom comic book that you get just for attending Megacon. These are free when you walk in. And then the guide of each of the days. So, if any of you guys are at Megacon, or like Megacon this year, any of the days, I'm gonna be there all 4 days. Feel free to say hi. But again, if you guys like this kind of video, you like vlogs or anything like that, then let me know. I can keep making these videos. Maybe I'll just post this one on YouTube to see how everybody likes it, and maybe do the rest of them just on the Patreon page for everybody to see, but you know, not necessarily will show up in their sub feed on YouTube, so that they don't have to watch me just walking around doing doing this stuff. But yeah, if you liked the video, maybe leave a like, let me know in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.